After 11 years together and a 3-year-old son, I found out my fiancée girls' nights was her meeting a guy. I confronted her, she collapsed in tears, her family are distraught, and my mother wants me to give things a try. But how can I trust her after this? I am 32, and my partner is 31, and we have been together for 11, engaged for 6 years, and parents to a 3-year-old son. The last 6 to 12 months have been pretty rough for us. The flame had been dim. We weren't sure if we were losing our spark. I just put it down to being parents. These things happen. We weren't having date nights as childcare was hard to organize. We were always tired after working. We both start at 6 a.m. at the same place too. Multiple other factors, but as I said, I just put it down to being parents. And maybe other factors like the cost of living. These things are going to happen. We're going to have off periods. For a while, she was going out to her friends twice, maybe 3 times a week. I would put our son to bed, and she would go and not come home until gone midnight, and that's on a work night too. I always thought she was going to her friends to vent about me, about how shit her relationship is. I thought she was going to get away from me. Anyway, this last week, I have been doing overtime at work, starting at 2 a.m. On Thursday morning, I was lying next to her. She had not long been asleep as she went to her friends on the Wednesday night. I think I heard her come home just before midnight and creep into bed. I couldn't really sleep, knowing I was getting up in less than a couple of hours anyway, so I decided to check her phone. This is not something I've ever wanted to do or have ever done in our relationship. I have always respected her privacy. I was looking for chats with her friends. I was looking to find confirmation that she was indeed talking down about our relationship. Unfortunately, what I found hurt me more. I discovered that she was going to see a guy and not her friends. I took pictures of their Instagram chat, put her phone back on charge, and got ready for work. Originally, I want to play my cards close to my chest. Being a man, I wasn't sure what I had rights to, like what would happen with our son, our house, and the car that I had put the large deposits down for. I was angry and upset. I wanted to leave her with nothing. So, I wanted to get as much advice as I could before the confrontation. Anyway, Friday soon came. She was awake getting ready for work, and I was up too. It was my day off work. I had hardly slept and was clearly acting weird. She asked me if I was okay. I tried to play it off and stick to my plan, but I couldn't. I asked her about the guy, and she rang absent at work, and we talked for hours. She was distraught, didn't know why she did it, although she put it down to lack of attention. But overall, she was nonstop crying, distraught, and begging for me to stay with her. After more talks and tears, I decided I wanted to give it time before splitting up and see if we can make it work. I know I'm a mug. I never thought she was capable of something like this. She had come from an abusive upbringing and cheated on in previous relationships, therefore was always really strongly against cheating, and made that so clear throughout our relationship. I know in my head that I could never cheat. Trust me, I'm not bragging, but there's been opportunities I just could never do that to her. But yeah, I suppose that's all I have on that story at the minute. Her family knows now. They're really angry and disappointed in her. My mom knows, surprisingly, she wants me to give things a try. I'm in limbo. It's still pretty raw in early days. I still imagine what she's done, and I can't get rid of those thoughts, but I also love her so much. Seeing her upset and broken like this, despite what she's done, absolutely kills me. We did have something good. I want to believe we can get that back if we both, more her now, puts in the effort, but I'm scared of not being able to escape these thoughts I'm having. Has anybody ever had the same experience and it worked out in the end? Best comments. It's a fundamental violation and speaks more clearly to who she actually is than her tearful pleas for you to stay with her. And by the way, those normally come from the fear of losing the stability of house and home, not to mention the stigma of being a cheater who's been cast aside. She'd have to live with that. Here's the deal. How can you ever trust her again? When she's really going to her friends, you'll think she may not be. And for good reason. If you do stay with her, you've given her a free pass, and there is no reason to think she wouldn't do it again, because this time, she'll make damn sure of deleting the digital evidence. You deserve better. Get the kid DNA tested. Get yourself STD tested. I would never forgive something like that or trust after. And without forgiveness and trust, there's no hope of a relationship. Every time you hit a rough patch, every time she's out, you will wonder if she's cheating. If she used the problems in your relationship to justify it, she will likely do it again, since, hey, it wasn't really her fault but yours. Update number 1 month and 23 days after the first post. Hi guys. First of all, I really appreciate the replies and advice. It's been a tough couple of months. I've never experienced anything so mind-effing. So, I try to give her another chance. We tried to give the relationship another go after I confronted her about the cheating. It went okay, but there was something that was always in the back of my mind whenever we were together, very intrusive thoughts. Even when talking about something completely random, I would be completely dazed over with how could you and why. This became apparent, so we had another conversation about the relationship. I initiated a break, packed some stuff, and slept at my mom's. Unfortunately, she fell ill, so, stupidly, I know, I came back to look after my son. Me and my partner, limited contact though, kept out of each other's way, took turns to sleep on the sofa, etc. About a week later, we had another talk. I explained that I don't think I will ever be able to get over things as long as we're together. It'll feel like we're forcing it, faking everything, so I broke it off. Currently, we're still living together, but looking at selling our house, coming up with an arrangement regarding our son, and going our separate ways. I still care for her. We have been together for nearly 12 years, had an absolutely amazing son, shared a lot of laughs and tears. That is, unless I find out she is still doing the dirty, then her bags will be packed. But yeah, that's the current situation. We've been split for about 2 weeks now. I've broken down a lot. My head has been everywhere, but the last couple of days I've calmed down a bit. Not 100% yet, but there is a spark of excitement for the next chapter, whatever it may hold. I've basically lived at the gym that last month. This whole situation has given me another lease of energy when it comes to working out. So I'm looking to get as fit and hench as I can, work on myself, get my money on point, get my friendships and social game up, and see where that takes me.